overgrown here. It's totally come over the path. I never drive the car down at the moment. Because the four-wheel drive isn't working. I tried once, I ended up calling a friend to pull me back up the hill. It wasn't easy. These things can spike you in the eye if you're not careful. There we go. Oh, the dogs. Come here, boys! Come on! So, the river's really high at the moment. We had a lot of rain. Had a few landslides. There's one big landslide that took out a couple of houses between here and Chachapoyas. Yes, we just have to be a bit more careful. Come on, come on, come on! The navigator fly on the bridge, and the first mate Cookie, and this is Captain Rocco. You ready to go, boys? Yeah. I'm going to go up the hill today, where I've been working these last few weeks. First thing I do as soon as I get here is I just make a quick shelter. Get out of the sun. Today it'll be get out of the rain. I'll do that now. Only just arrived, it's coffee time. Have a think what the plan is. Basically the plan is what I've been doing for the last few weeks anyway. I've been home alone with the dogs, so I've just been coming down here 3 times a week and doing quite a lot of digging, which I'll show you soon, and planted some trees. It's not the easiest of access, you have to walk down the hill 300 meters across the bridge, so it's been a slow process getting the trees in. I could manage about 8 or 9 at a time at the most. I'll show you those. Today the box I've been carrying is a nucleus of bees, which I had on another place, but they weren't doing very well. I think they're going to be a lot happier here. There's a lot more flowering plants. There's coffee, citrus, the native trees. I've found like a heather. It's not a heather, but that sort of bushy, some low bush with nice flowers on. I've seen lots of local bees on those, so I think they'll be a lot happier here. So I need to set those up, and I'll show you what else I've been up to. Obviously this isn't a camp. It's not even a cooking video this time. It's just why I haven't been putting anything on YouTube these last. It's only very lightly drizzling now, so I'm gonna get these bees ready. I collected them from the other place last night, and we're now 600 meters lower, so they might be feeling a bit warm down here. They won't be used to it. I made this stand, brought it down the other day. I'm going to put the nuke on here. I've given it splayed out legs and quite low profile, because we get the odd little earth tremor around from time to time, and just to give it a bit more stability. And then once I see that they're okay and thriving, then I'll move them into a bigger box. And I haven't opened this up, so I don't know how many bees are in there. These bees can be quite angry. They're not always pure European, and I doubt these ones are. I can see plenty of activity just here in the hole, so they're ready to get out. I'm going to rip off the tape, pull out the sponge, and then I'm grabbing the camera and going, and leaving them be, let them go exploring. Tape off. You ready to go, boys? Right, go on, let's go. I think I'll be fine. Out they go. Out they go. Wow. Right, let's leave them be. Come on, boys. Let's go. I'm just thinking, if bees could talk, what would they be saying now? Are they going, "Mama, Mama, it's warm, it's a paradise here. There's food everywhere, we can smell it." And she'll send them out to get collecting. I think they're going to love it here. They'll definitely be happier. So this is the main work I've been doing when I've been on my own. I've been digging these swales. Now, you wonder why you dig swales when it rains so much, but the truth is that when it gets to our dry season, we might have six weeks, sometimes longer, with no rain at all. And so the idea is that this will filter down and saturate the groundwater in this area just below the swale. It might take a few years to do that completely, but it will become a sort of a reservoir. These are some grenadiers, passion fruit I've planted. I got this frame, but I'm not sure it's going to work. I was going to put some netting over it, but the netting's hard to come by, and they only sell in 100-meter rolls, which I obviously don't need for this. This is another swale. So I've got this one here, another one down there, and I'm now working on my last one. This is another elderberry. They're doing nicely here. One of the trees planted. This is called pajuro, or it's a bean tree, so it's a nitrogen fixer. Some cows came in, munched off the top. I've got quite a lot of those in because they're good trees to have. And they have an edible bean, which is absolutely delicious, which I will definitely put on a video to cook up and eat at some point. Highly nutritious as well. Planted quite a few avocados. This is a grafted avocado, so they won't grow very tall. There are avocado trees that get up to 10-12 meters tall. These might reach 5-6 meters at the most. This is a peach, responding very well since I transplanted it, or planted it out. Oh, it's an orchid. Here we've got a acid cherry, which where I bought the plants, they had them in. Sounded interesting, so I'm giving it a try. This is a lucuma. Oh, I've still got the grafting tape on there. I have to take that off. Lucuma is a delicious fruit for things like cheesecake and ice cream. It's orangey, orange flesh, quite dry, with like a horse chestnut seed in the middle. Absolutely delicious. This plant here I'm encouraging, it's called a muitui, which is a leguminous tree. They don't grow very big, they only last about 10-15 years, but obviously good for the soil, so I'm leaving in as many of these as possible. There's a lot of this. This is guava flowers, obviously the bees will like those. Here's one of the fruit. That's quite a nice one. You quite often get grubs in them. Luckily no grubs in this one. One of the other swales, I just finished this one last week. Taking advantage that it's so wet that it's actually easy to dig at the moment. The ground's like butter. Oh! Over there. Oh dear. There's a hole in my welly, dear Sadie, dear Sadie. There's a hole in my welly, and that'll be from an acacia, no doubt. We have these acacias, which they're nice trees when they get growing, but look at the spikes on those things. They can go right through your wellings. So I've just got a wet foot. Never mind. Part of it. The lowest swale, which I just sort of finished the other day, and I'm doing a continuation. I'm just gonna do this one as long as I can. I have this peculiar thing where I like digging. So it's just begin to fill it with water. You lay out a line along the contours, which I'll show you now. And this is the simple apparatus which I've been using for getting the level. The agricultural A, that's what they call it in Spanish. I don't know what they call it in English. It's a very, very simple level, good enough for this sort of work. Wouldn't want to build a road with it like I used to. I've cleaned this area off with a machete, sort of roughly in the area where you know it's going to go. I've got a stake just here. I'm going to just find I've got a mark on the where it's level, so I know it's level. Bash this stake in, and then that is very roughly the same level as the previous stake. Spin it down, same again. As they'd say where I come from, it's a bit warm. This is a beetle larva. This is a little one, baby beetle larva. They get to, oh, as big as my middle finger, I guess, maybe even fatter than that. The beetles are quite big, probably 2 inches long. I'll put him into a place where he can bury down again. He'll be happy in there. And he goes. Dig, 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 dig. Time to put the rocks out in one place. Bit of habitat for something. Come on now. There we go. Obviously, I've got a hole there which will need to be filled in a bit. Otherwise, that will be a definite low point in the swale. How you doing? Without squashing the avocado tree. Almost finished that rough cut section, and yeah, now it's a case of just observing it, carrying on, doing the same between these next 2 stakes. I've just come down to see how the bees are looking. They're out exploring. The weather's really crapped out, so I'm going to head off home. Got a watery sun just behind me. I'm going to head home. The weather is very, very unsettled. I got pretty damp. Nice to be out. Let me know if you've enjoyed this, and I'll happily do some updates from time to time. Obviously this is a long-term project. Hope to see you soon. Next time I'll be out in a tent and doing a bit of cooking again. Cheers for now.